Today on AYL, I'm Brett Hermansen. I'm at the Beaver Jamboree. Will Oxley is in a mountain bike race, and Reese Stein is going to show you Macedonia. Hi, welcome to AYL. I'm Brett Hermansen with Van Goghs. We're here in Beaver at the Eagles Landing, getting ready to go on the Beaver Jamboree. We're just getting some diesel for the truck, and then we're gonna get some of that 91 non-ethanol for the machine, and we're gonna hit the trail.
Well, the Beaver Jamboree was an idea put together by a lot of the club members, the Tusher Mountain ATV Club. And they said, you know what, we go to all these other jamborees, we should do one ourselves. So the county came in and helped put the jamboree together, and it started, I believe it was 2018, and went for a couple of years. Of course, then they had to take time off for COVID. And then, so it's been going strong ever since. The whole idea behind the Jamboree was basically to let the community as a whole, not only just in Utah, but in other surrounding areas, know what kind of trails we have here and to come out and experience those trails. And what better way to do that than a Jamboree? So basically over the years, it's kind of started as a small little group and has expanded over time with different events and different trails. And this year was kind of unique because we moved it into the fall season to try to capture some of the colors on the mountain and so forth and avoid some of the weather issues we used to have in May.
Yeah, so today we're on the Rock House Trail. This is Mag's Brothel ride. So we're on the Rock Trail ride here in West Beaver County.
Holding these jamborees bring in a lot of money into the city that they need. In fact, any of these jamborees are great money producers for them. The best part is you get to see a lot of people from all over the country coming over. And in fact, there have been a few people that have come in from outside the country to come in over here. And there's just a great bunch of people. The clubs that we have out here is just like being one big family. And everybody just has a great time. And when we can bring somebody in and let them see the enjoyment we have, it's like I said, it's very worthwhile for us.
The people here are incredible. The ATV culture is very well entrenched here. Everybody here rides an ATV, side by side, a four-wheeler. Everybody has one. Everybody waves to you. Everybody goes up on the trails. It's just a friendly group, and people here they're nice. They're welcoming, and I love living here. This is a great place. So we really encourage people to come out and enjoy not only the Jamboree, but during the normal season too. Just come out and ride, enjoy, and meet the people. Come to the creamery for some ice cream. It's just a great environment here.
We're out here west of Beaver on a trail I've never been on before. It's really pretty nice. We're having a great time. Will Oxley's also having a good time out there in Manaway, doing some mountain bike racing. Check it out.
Today in Manaway, Utah, it's the last race of the season. The National Interscholastic Cycling Association is an organization which develops mountain biking programs for schools all across the United States. With dozens of high schools in attendance, the varsity cyclists are the main competitors, but there's still a place for younger participants who are still developing their skills and aspiring towards future competition.
The course was pretty fun. I love the speed, the challenge, and the berms. The berms are fun. You can enjoy exercise. Mountain biking is a very good exercise, and most of the time I actually really enjoy it. Unlike stuff like lifting weights and doing push-ups, that's just kind of boring. And then there's mountain biking, which is super fun because you get to go fast and do turns. And going downhill is just the best. Except for when you fall.
I've seen my son go from being scared of any hill at any bike park, regular trails, and I've seen him go from that to being on these really rocky trails, which honestly makes me nervous. So I think it's good for them. If it's making me nervous, it's good because they're challenging themselves. They're learning new skills, not only for fitness, but for mental confidence too. Because I think the skills that they learn here, the confidence they learn on these trails, they'll carry on to the rest of their lives, into college and further.
It's like nothing else, right? Because everybody, literally everybody, boy, girl, you can all participate. You can all come and have a great experience. No sitting on the bench. No, do I get a play coach? You're racing and you're participating every day.
Today it was fun. I got to see my brother ride. Competition teaches you that you don't have to be in first place to do your best. You just have to try, and if you don't get first place, it's fun.
I really like biking. It makes me feel nice because I get to spend time with my family without going on electronics, and it's just fun to enjoy nature. It makes me more like confident doing athletic things.
Start line, just watching the kids' excitement, and then also the finish line, watching them go through. It's just the stories that the kids come away with and just the growth that they have being part of NICA is what inspires me. NICA came to Utah in 2012. This is its 13th year. This year we have about 7,500 riders and I think 79 different schools. So it's has a pretty big impact in Utah.
They're competing against themselves, right? They come out, they post a time, and they can build on that each race. It's not only a team sport, but it's individual. And everybody participates, and so you see them progress, you see them get better, you see them improve throughout the year.
When it's hard, I usually take breaks, tell myself to just keep going. My sister, she used to be scared of going down hills and stuff, but then eventually she got braver and braver.
If you fall down, don't give up and just keep on going, even if it's hard. You just keep on going and do what you enjoy, and don't be scared of the little things like crashing and stuff, because after you're done healing, you can just get back on your bike and do it.
NICA utilizes coaches from the schools as well as volunteer coaches who are integral for supporting training rides, but more importantly, developing the skills and values which the organization seeks to proliferate.
So I'm doing rides with the kids. I'm also participating in setup, logistics, so really just keeping the kids going, making sure they're in the right spot, making sure they're having fun too. That's been part of the fun of this, is I love being a dad, but I also love being a mentor, even not to my children. So being able to cheer other kids on, get them motivated to actually ride their bikes and go faster, it's just been awesome.
It takes about 150 volunteers per race weekend to put on a race. We have about 3,500 coaches. We have a 6-to-1 ratio where when you have 6 kids out on a ride, you need at least 1 parent for every 6 riders. And so it's a huge volunteer commitment, and that's a lot of families involved.
The community being brought together is really important, and I feel like this brings people out and gets them involved.
Yes, there's competitiveness, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what jersey you're wearing. You're part of the NICA community, you're part of the race, and it's just a big family.
This is the first year I've done this particular event, and I just want to keep coming back.
Welcome back to AYL. We're out here on the trail west of Beaver. It is one dusty trail. Thank goodness for air conditioning, an enclosed cab, and our trusty little windshield wipers so we can see where we're going every once in a while.
I've always been an outdoor person. Of good grief, I was a truck driver for 40 years, so I've got to see the country, got paid for it, and now that I'm retired, I can be able to go where I want to instead of being told to go somewhere. And the best part of it is having people coming with you who've never been here and learning the history and just seeing the smiles on their face. It makes the trip whole worthwhile.
We do a lot of the jamborees. We did the Red Rock Kanab. We used to do the Tri-State all the time. And you know, if there's a jamboree in Utah, we usually try to go to it. So I have a saying, you haven't seen Arizona or Utah until you get off the highway. Yeah, it's always nice to meet all the people, you know, because everybody got their own stories. So do your research first. You know, talk to people about where they've ridden and what they've seen, and you know, get some maps. You know, the Paiute Trail maps or the European Trail maps, and plan your rides, so you don't get there and now what do we do?
I mean, like here, we've been here before, so knowing that it's incredibly dusty and you know, bringing your neck sleeves and things like that, so that you have the right gear for the trail.
Yep.
Right, definitely. And bring a camera.
I've been riding ever since I was a little kid, just off and on, and it's just a passion of mine. Yeah, I love the outdoors. I'm an outdoors person, and just getting out, seeing the country, seeing the wildlife, you know, seeing the scenery, the views, I just love it. I'm a Utah native, grew up here in Utah, love it. Where I do my tours, I do it in Cedar City and St. George, Mike's UTV ATV guided tours. So I do 5 tours, 2 tours in Cedar City, Iron County, and 3 tours in Washington County in the St. George area. So I do mountain tours, very similar to this. We get up in the mountains. It's very pretty. We see the leaves, we see the animals. The fall colors right now are just beautiful. We go see some history areas. I do a couple of ghost town tours. My website's mikesguidedtours.com. I'm on Facebook, Mike's UTV and ATV Guided Tours.
Welcome back to AYL. I'm Brett Hermansen from Van Gogh's Collision. We're out here at Meg's Brothel on the Beaver ATV Jamboree trail ride. And we're standing in front of Meg's swimming pool / bathhouse, I guess. This is where they used to bathe, the clients and the gals, and Meg's herself, I guess. Her brothel was right back over here. She had her house here. There's hot springs right over here that actually fed this pool. So I guess it'd probably be a nice warm pool to swim in or bathe in, whichever. And out here, you know, you have a lot of modern infrastructure going on with the windmills, and there's some solar panels over here, and I don't know what that is, some gas pipe or something. There's a lot of that, but still the history and it's really a neat trail.
First stop that we did that had a historical significance on there was Meg's Brothel, out here with the mines on the west side of the desert of Beaver. They also had hot springs. One of her clips on there was having the cleanest clientele from the hot baths that they had. They also used it for emphysema and also for tuberculosis. They also serviced the miners out here in Frisco Peak, which was heavily active with mining. The valley out here is rather unique. It has hardly any farming at all due to the toxic waters and the temperatures from the geothermal activity on there.
So there's a lot of history here, especially over in Minersville with the mines and things like that.
And one of the other stop we did is here at the Rock Cabin. It's a sheep herder that had built a cabin in the enclosed area of a boulder. Kind of looks like chocolate chip cookie.
This is my 3rd time being here, and it was neat when I came here the first time to see this. I mean, this was so cool to see this. And this rock house was built from the sheep herders. The valley here, when the sheep herders were building this, the view is just spectacular. So this is a really neat area here. And then this rock house, this has been here a long time, as you can see. And just the history of it is just pretty cool. It just seemed, like I said, the views, getting outside here. And I've been helping with some of these jamborees now, going on 3 or 4 years now. So I've been helping guiding with some of the jamborees, Tri-State, this one, Cedar City. I'm a member of Tri-State. Yeah, just like I said, you know, getting out, you know, with the people, you know, and just, you know, having a fun time. Like I said, getting out and seeing the sights. I love taking pictures, just being out in the outdoors, you know, here in Utah, having fun with people, you know, and getting, you know, talking to people and just having a great time, just having a blast.
Just about anywhere you go here in Utah, you find great history. Speaking of history, Reese Stein's over in Macedonia. He's going to show you some great history too.
I'm Reese Stein with Mary Ann in one of the most controversial countries in the world. Controversial because of its name, North Macedonia. Still an intriguing place to visit. North Macedonia emerged from the breakup of Yugoslavia in 1991, taking the name of the ancient kingdom of Alexander the Great and erecting a mammoth 79-foot-high statue to the famed leader in the main square in the capital Skopje. But Big Al actually lived in what is now Greece, and the Greeks objected to the name Macedonia and the statue. The North was added as a compromise, and the statue is officially Equestrian Warrior, but we all know who it is, really. Likewise, the nearby statue of King Philip II, Al's daddy, becomes Ancient Warrior. Again, no question who the, quote, mother of Macedonia is. It's Al's mom, Olympias, with her son posed in various stages of motherhood. If you suffer from automatonophobia, the fear of human figures, stay away from Skopje. A few years ago, the town began adding statues to the main square, and they went crazy. 484 statues on pedestals, lined up on rooftops, on bridges, in nearby parks. Statues of people so famous you haven't even heard of half of them. My favorite is this gal in the river. They're everywhere and became a big joke, but they worked. Tourism boomed, especially among selfie addicts. They are modestly dressed. Well, one guy did have to be covered up to meet the standard. Buildings meant to look classical give Skopje a kitschy Las Vegas or even Disneyland look. There's even a full-size copy of the Arc de Triomphe. And while Alexander the Great can't claim Skopje, Mother Teresa can. She was born here in 1910 and lived in a house on this site until she was 18 when she left for India. Nearby, the Memorial House doubles as her museum. Lake Ohrid straddles the mountainous border of southwestern Macedonia and Albania, one of the oldest and deepest lakes in Europe, an important biological ecosystem, and a World Heritage Site, popular with visitors strolling the delightful waterfront sidewalk. We cruise the lake, passing a string of large resorts and elaborate summer villas lining the shore. Our destination is the Bay of Bones, and the replica village built on stilts over the site of a 3,000-year-old Bronze Age town. Unfortunately, today is a holiday, and the only things allowed to tour the village this day are the cormorants. The ancient town of Ohrid is today one of North Macedonia's top tourist traps. The fortress, built 1,000 years ago, guards Ohrid's old town, rich in picturesque houses and monuments, and churches. Ohrid has 365 churches, one for every day of the year. St. Sophia is the oldest, dating from the 11th century. We're welcomed by a local resident. The multi-layered Holy Mary Church is Byzantine from the 13th century. But the jewel of Ohrid is perched on a ledge overlooking the lake. The Church of St. John at Kano is a Macedonian Orthodox church built in the early 13th century. A National Geographic cover story says, "A visit here will change your life." The Balkans have been in continuous change throughout the 20th century. We finish our visit with a day trip to the second newest country in the world, Kosovo, carved out of old Yugoslavia in 2008. The capital, Pristina, is the center of everything in this small emerging nation. The National Library, with its four-fronted fishnet facade and 99 domes reflecting the city's Ottoman and Byzantine heritage, is Pristina's unique centerpiece. Or maybe it's the 800-year-old Grasnjača Serbian Orthodox Monastery, itself a World Heritage Site. Or perhaps the modern pedestrian mall and cathedral, both named to honor Mother Teresa. Or the colorful Old Town, anchored by the 15th century Imperial Mosque. North Macedonia and Kosovo are not normal travel goals, but they're full of beauty, history, and surprises. Reese Stein with Marianne in Europe's Balkan country.
Well, here we are at the close of another great show. We're out here on the trail with the Beaver Jamboree people, up here at this rock house. I've never been here. This thing is cool. You want to check it out. And you know what else you want to check out? Next week's show. It's cool too.
Hey, thanks, Brad. Next week, Rhea and I are headed down to beautiful Bear Lake, but it's not for boating, rather exploring the fall colors in the mountains. Then, sticking with the theme of fall colors, we're going up Mill Creek Canyon to take you on a great hike for dog owners and some of the best mountain biking trails in the state. Finally, be afraid or laugh yourself to death. Doesn't matter. We are going to check out one of the funnest OHV events of the year as we costume up to take you on a tour of this year's Halloween Howl. Now, let's take a look at our calendar of events. First up, Saturday, October 26th is the 2024 Halloween Howl down in Marysvale. You already know how much fun that is, so you need to make your way there. Enjoy some awesome side-by-side trails while still getting the family out for a fun-filled day. You know, Halloween costumes, spooks, candy, fun galore. Visit PaiuteJam.com for more information. Then, November 1st and 2nd is the 6th annual Fall Rally in Bullfrog Valley, which is an amazing way to get out to Tickaboo and learn about some of the fantastic riding trails they have to offer at North Lake Powell. Go to northlakepowell.com to register today. And don't forget to visit our events page at AYLTV.com to stay up to date on all the great off-road and outdoor events that will be happening throughout the remainder of the year.
Here we are at the end of the day. It's been a great, fun time. Don't miss next week's show. This has been great. This group took us in. We got lost out on the trail. I don't know where our original group is, but they took us in, so we're happy. And so now just get out there and find the adventures you love.